Assalamu alaikum guys. So this is our Bluetooth RC car, and in this car I have used an Arduino Uno, and this is the Arduino Uno. We have one one as same as that I used inside the car, and also a Bluetooth SC05 module, and this one is the module which I have used inside the car, and an L298 and motor driver IC, and this is an H bridge motor driver IC, and I'll later on tell you what is an H bridge and what is the advantage of this IC. And I have used a buzzer for the horn, and this is the similar buzzer I have used inside the car, and a breadboard just like this, and some jumper cables. These are the jumper cables. So, and these are the motors that you can see that are attached to the car, and there is a switch over here, and the similar SC05 Bluetooth IC, and there is a LED to tell that to show basically that is the power of the car is on or off. So, and I will not open the car, unwrap the car, because the circuit is very messy inside, so it will not be good, not seeming good to the eyes of the viewers, so I'll not open the box. So okay, so I was telling that what is a H bridge driver IC module. So let us have a look some at some circuit diagrams. These are the circuit diagrams I want to show you. So this is the first circuit. In this condition, all the switches are in open condition, and the motor will be off because no current is flowing in any of the circuit. And in the on condition of the motor, when the motor is running, the switch at here is closed, and the switch at here is closed, and the switch at here is open, and at here it is open, and the direction of the current is from this positive to this negative, and the motor will be in between. And in the on condition, when the motor will run to in the reverse direction, the circuit will be reversed, and these two terminals will be open and these two are closed, and the direction of the current will be from this positive to this negative, and the motor will be in between. So you can see and compare these two circuits. In this circuit, the direction of flow of current is in this direction, and in this circuit it is from this to this. So the current will determine the direction of the motor according to the Fleming's left hand rule. It says that the current and the motion of the body, or the motor direction, or the and the magnetic field are at different axes XYZ. So this is the IC we are having with us. So let us have a look at the terminal of this IC. So this is the first terminal, a 12 volt input, and here's a ground, and here is a 5 volt output. The 12 volt output can be maximized to around 20 volt, but the manufacturer of this IC is boasting that the motor IC can withhold a voltage of 35 volt at max. But according to my experience of using this IC, I have seen that this IC cannot hold a maximum voltage, can hold a maximum voltage of 20 and not more than that. So we have a ground from which the ground and the ground of Arduino board, here is the ground, will be connected. And the 5 volt terminal, here is the 5 volt terminal which is an output and which will be connected to the V in, the voltage input. Here is the V in, you can have a look at this. This is the V in, and the ground of these two, what we can call that, electrical components, the ground of both these should be connected, and these two grounds will have a common wire which will be going to the negative potential of the battery or the power supply, and the positive potential of the battery will be connected to the 12 volt power supply, and the 5 volt will go in the V in. And previously I was very much confused about the circuit diagram which I saw on the net on the instructables.com, which and this IC is having some input terminals as well as some output terminals, and these output terminals will be used to connect the motors, and these two terminals are not connected internally to these two terminals, and these two terminals can run two motors simultaneously at same speed or simultaneously at different speed, or even at different time at same speed or at different time at different speed. It might be confusing that the thing I said. So this is the IC, and the input for this IC can be controlled from these input terminals, and this IC is having an extension from the last IC I used, and the IC I used was this L293D, and then in this IC there is no any source of analog input. This IC is only for digital input, or in the language of Arduino we call it as digital write. And there is a shield, I am having of the L293D. This is the L293D which I previously used in this car, but I am now using L298, and this IC can withhold voltage of maximum around 9 volt, but this IC can hold a voltage of 20 volt also. So we have many advantages of this IC, and it is having a what we call at in the videos I have seen that there is an advantage of IC, that the IC is having a what we call at as a maybe as a heat sink. This is the heat sink behind the IC. Because of this, the IC does not get too hot while running the motors. And so let us have a look at the circuit at the coding of the car. So this is the coding. I saw this on ardumotive.com, and this is the guy who made this car two-wheel drive, but after editing I made this car a four-wheel drive car. So he only used digital write, but I have used analog writes. So I have added these things, that is int enable A and int enable B. These were not in the coding that was provided by the guy Michaelis Vasilakis Michaelis. So this is the coding, and it is a huge coding but not much confusing. You can easily grasp what is going on the inside the Arduino. Let us call it Arduino because it is the brain of car. So this is the coding, the end. I will also attach the coding in the description down below. So let us now run the car. So firstly we will switch on the car like this, and we can see that there is a power supply in the car, and we will switch on the Bluetooth of our mobile, and we will just switch on the app, and I will also upload the app on the description, and I will give the link to Google Drive so you can download the app at any time. So we will firstly select the IC HC05, and I have two HC05 ICs, so I will use this and just connect it. So now the IC is connected, and we have some gears at one gear. So let us test the car at single gear. What is the speed? This is the speed at single gear of the IC. And at 2 gear the car is like this. And at 3rd gear the car is moving faster, and at 4th gear the car is fastest. This is the maximum speed of the car, and this is the 4-wheel drive I was telling about. These two motors are running in the forward direction, and these two motors are running in the backward direction, which will result in the turning of car into left. And if the direction of motors is in the opposite direction, then the car will move and turn to right direction. And I am having these buttons which will move the car slightly in the right and slightly in the back right. So now we will test the horn of this car. This is the horn of this car, and you can hear the voice of the car, of the horn. And we have LEDs which I can switch on or off. Yeah, these are off and these are on. Yeah. And we also have a auto accelerator mode in this app, so you can move the car according to the gyroscope of this app. Yeah, now the accelerometer mode is on, and if we would like to reverse the car, we just turn the device in forward direction and tilt the device in forward direction from the top, and from the bottom to the back direction the car will go forward. And if we do the vice versa, the car will come forward. And if we take a left, then car will turn left, and if we take right, then a car will take right. So this is a car having two inputs, and also there is a third input also. I would like to show you in some seconds.